When you add formulas or functions to your worksheet here in Excel 2019, odds are good you're going to need that formula elsewhere, such as the case with our leaf and mortar revenues sheet here, LM revenues 0105, if you're catching up. We just added the sum function here to cell C11. When we click in that cell, we see the answer. On the formula bar, it's the sum function that's summing up the numbers in the range C6 to C9. So we need to do that for February and March as well. And yes, we could go to cell D11 and fill in that cell with the appropriate function and range, which would be D6 to D9, and then go do it again over here for column E. But why repeat ourselves when Excel uses something by default known as relative cell addressing? That means if we come over here to cell C11 and copy this function or formula, and then paste it over here in column D, it's actually going to use the range D6 to D9. And if we paste it over here in cell E11, you got it, it'll use the range E6 to E9 for us. So we could come over here and copy this by going to the Home tab and clicking copy and then pasting in these cells. That would work. But there's a faster way. You may have noticed that no matter what cell you click, in the bottom right corner is a little green handle. And if we go to cell C11, we see it there. Moving our mouse around, we see a white cross. When we move over that handle, it changes to a black crosshair. That means we're ready to click and drag in the direction that we want to copy and paste the contents of that cell. So if we click and drag to the right 2 cells and release, look what happens. Very fast and easy, we get the correct totals for each of those cells. Let's go back to cell C11, click once. There's our function, sum, C6 to C9. When we now go to D11, sure enough, it's using the range D6 to D9. It knew if we're copying over a column to use the numbers in that column. Same thing here in cell E11. It's using the range E6 to E9 in the sum function. And that's why we get different answers, the correct answers for each of those columns. So keep in mind that Excel uses relative cell addressing when you copy and paste. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of repetition when you need to use formulas and functions in more than one cell.